Coming up on the next episode of DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast, we are joined by the one, the only, Rosie Perez. Wait, not that one. The one from Cigars.
Yeah, it's the one from Cigars. Cigars.
Cigars. Yeah.
She's going to walk us through a little bit of the past, present, and future of flavored cigars. This young lady's been in the business for 27 years, making a quality product. We are just overjoyed to have her on our podcast. Tune in and stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. My name is Handsome Pierce, along with...
I, Candy Randy, and of course, behind the board, mixing and mastering, is Ethan, the preacher.
Yes, sir.
Hey, where's your camera?
Still nothing.
I can't afford another one.
Oh, okay.
You keep breaking them because of those just beautiful looks?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, just maybe after all of the money you're going to make off of the Blues Fest documentary and the Yellowstone documentary,
Yes.
you know, the 4 cents in residuals.
Yep.
Shit. In 25 years, you'll have half a camera.
Yes. We are coming to you live from our undisclosed location, DTC Podcast, Blow and Smoke, obviously. We have a special guest today. We have Rosie Perez from Cigars Cigars today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. So we always like to get people, and especially it's almost a little bit different this time because we get the sales reps down here a lot of times and we talk to them, and then you pretty much are Cogimar, correct? Yes. How did that start out for you?
How did it start?
Yeah. Like,
I started in 1996
okay.
with my first flavored cigar with the sugar tip.
So is this like a relationship thing where you built it off of, like, were you in sales? Was it in the family? Was it?
I built it off from our master cigar roller that we had back then, that we did a non-flavored cigar.
Okay.
And then I had an inspiration to say, we should have a cigar where women can smoke.
Okay.
And then we went and found someone to manufacture a vanilla with a sweet tip.
Excellent. So this is like a family business that you've kind of grown up with and then branched off to start your own thing. Yeah. And obviously doing well.
Yes.
Because it's been going on for how many years?
27 years.
Holy shit.
So it's going very well.
Yeah. God, I haven't been dedicated to anything for 27 years besides bartending, and that's still sketchy.
And you're still an amateur. Oh, shots fired. Ooh, that's going to be a rough one. So you said 27 years, and I did a little bit of reading up, and you came out with a couple years ago, your 25th anniversary. Big 3-0 is coming up. Anything special in the pipeline?
I am working on some special blends for that 30 years.
Sure.
Not going to say what it is, but it's I've been working on something for the past 6 months.
Very nice.
That I think is going to do well. Like anything that, you know, I come up with a flavor. So I'm very excited about working on that new line.
And we carry, of course, Cogimar up in the humidor here at Deadwood Tobacco Company. Among others that you have introduced recently, the core line that we do a lot with is multiple different flavors and different sizes. Is the Senorita, the Senora, and the Senor, which is the Senor is basically a Robusto. The Senora, kind of a Corona size, and then almost a little bit of like a long cigarillo for the Senorita. What made you decide to do the same flavor in the 3 different sizes for the customer?
Well, what I think our new line, being after the Robusto, taking out the Gordo, the 6x60, was a great addition to the line. A lot of people are smoking a flavored Gordo. And the mix of the flavors, the mango papaya, is one of our number one, and I've extended it to other flavors.
Sure.
The Gordo 6x60 because of the sales, how I seen that 25th anniversary line.
And I just took a peek. We got in some today for the weekend. It's a dead weird weekend when this comes out. We have already, we're just going to do it 2 ways. Ready?
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing all the Cogimar cigars, especially the new chocolate mint one. Unfortunately, we are sold out. Take two. Hey, thanks for bringing all the Kojimar cigars. We have a couple of the Gordo 6x60 chocolate mint still left in the humidor.
Now we got both of our bases covered.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
So tell me about the new flavors. So chocolate mint is one of them, and what's the other one that we just received?
The honey blueberry,
Mm-hmm.
the classic vanilla,
Mhm.
and then my newest line that you guys are doing great with is Lola.
Yes. And so here's the fun thing about Lola. When we came in the first time and we all smoked it, and of course we try to do our research, and Bill is like, wrapper, filler, binder, blah, 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 blah. But I noticed undisclosed is the typical, what you have in your website and other places for the actual flavor of the cigar, which we like because it doesn't give us any type of suggestion. Like you might detect hazelnut, or you might detect a little bit of chocolate or mocha or something like that, but it's a very comparable to cigar to some of the other ones that we've been known for the few years.
What I did with this cigar was take very good tobacco, different blends to make something sweet.
Mhm.
So it's an aromatic cigar. It's sweet.
Right.
The sugar tip, but it's a very, when you smoke it, some people think it's chocolate, others say it's coffee, and it's really neither.
Sure.
It's just a combination of very natural sweet tobacco finished with that sugar tip and that aromatic cigar that fills the room with a very delightful smell.
So, like in that vein, it's almost more, not more like but it's almost comparable to like a pipe tobacco, when you get that nice aroma that fills the room and it gives you that reminiscent smell and almost flavor in your mind.
That's exactly what I was in back of.
There you go. Nice.
You hit it. I wanted I like pipe tobacco. So I said, I want something that it tastes like a pipe tobacco. So I blended different combinations of tobacco to get to the aromatic flavor that the Lola has. And I started with Lola in a 5x46. I mean, and they then added a 6x60. And now I'm having other lines like Lola come out with a different wrapper.
Sure.
Because this is Habano Maduro. And I just think that cigar is putting us on the top of, other lines that can, there's everybody has a cigar they like.
Yes.
And we just see the customers here in Deadwood, how well you guys are doing with that line.
Yes.
I mean, you guys are killing it with the sales on that Lola.
Well, and it's nice to get something new in that you can get a little bit of excited about and kind of turn the customers towards, because you're up there and it's almost two worlds when you're working in Deadwood, because you've got the tourists and then you've got the what I like to call Instagrammers. They're basically jumping in here so they can light a cigar, smoke it, take a picture, and then they leave it and then they just bounce out, which whatever, they're buying it as soon as they pay for it. It's their shit. They can do whatever they want to with it. But I've noticed that the construction wise, like your cigars versus other sweetened cigars have a way better construction, a way better, I don't know, just like they don't split, they don't unroll, they don't feel like you could bend them in half and they'd still not crack. They actually feel like a traditional cigar that you would have from any one of the other reputable rollers. And I mean, appreciate that. When you were going for sweets, and I'm not all that familiar, but do you have any traditional line in your traditional flavor in your line? Or?
No.
Okay. So when you're going towards the sweet, like I said, I appreciate more of the aromatics because I'm a pipe smoker myself. So that's kind of what I grew up with in my house. So I appreciate that kind of thing. When you're picking flavors, what draws you to a flavor? What turns you away from a flavor? Or is it the flavor of the tobacco that if you add this flavor, it's going to enhance it? Is it more like a wine kind of deal?
To make a flavored cigar right, like you said, our cigars from the start all the way to the finish, you still are tasting the flavor. Has to do with the combination of tobacco you use.
Right.
The flavor what draws me to a flavor is something that I like to taste, which I like vanilla.
Mhm.
I my favorite is the Lola,
Okay.
and honey blueberry's good.
That's one of the best sellers that I always turn people to the honey blueberry, because I feel like it's just a unique flavor pairing that people can actually get into, and it's not going to be overpowering on the palate, but it's also going to give you that sweetness that you're craving. You know what I mean?
And that's where, when you do the combination and you add the flavor, it goes to like making a good wine. It's, what do I like? I like a Merlot, I like a Cabernet. It's depending on your palate.
Right.
And so we make cigars for the taste of everyone.
Right. Well, because you can't really leave anybody out. But at the
No.
same time, I mean, I'm sure there's times that you're like, ooh, I bet this flavor would go good, and it's just a complete bust.
I've done flavors that are not good,
Right.
that don't go well with the combination of the tobacco.
Right. And I'm sure they'd never see the light of day, but knowing what you know, it's like, oh, well, this isn't, it's like making a hit song. Like, I think this is going to be a banger.
Right.
And then this one's like, this is B-side extra shit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Kinda
we
like
tried.
that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that, and that rhythm, you it never goes out,
Right.
or you hit a hit song and you're saying, hey, this was a flop. And I think that we all have our palates to taste what we like. So then I make a cigar for whoever wants to smoke a Corona, what is it, a Petit Corona, to a Robusto, for everyone. And I do see how much this industry is changing, and new smokers are coming in,
Yeah.
because someone's smoking all those 6x60s.
Yes, and I've noticed that too here at the shop, in all lines, traditional, aromatics, flavored, you name it, where if it's not like, as you called them, the Instagrammers, Pierce, if you're here to have a cigar, we walk in the humidor, you're like, all right, you've got a Toro here, you've got a Robusto, and then you've got either a Grand Toro or a Gordo. You're like, okay, for an extra 80 cents, I can smoke for another 25 minutes. And the whole reason I'm having a cigar is to relax and visit with my friends. So why not enjoy a long hour and a half, hour 45-minute cigar? And even in the aromatic and flavored space, typically early on, I saw a lot of just cigarillo smokers. They just wanted something on their break. They wanted a 10, 15-minute cigar that they could just get done with. And now we're seeing them hang and relax and enjoy as you would stereotypically think a traditional cigar smoker would.
Right.
I think we're going into a new tradition of cigar smokers that want to learn how to maybe smoke a cigar, and they try a flavored. But I thought that was the case, and it's not the case.
No.
We sell to a cigar connoisseur that likes their non-flavored cigar at night, and they'll smoke a flavored cigar during the day.
Sure.
Right.
And I see it because when I do events, the guys are buying that cigar.
Yes.
And they're not, now we can't even say, well, 20, 30-year-olds. No.
It's widespread.
Exactly. It's widespread.
Well, and the thing that I really enjoy about that is, like, when you go into the humidor, and I mean, if you're not familiar with this, you go in the humidor, not for you, for the audience, but when you go in the humidor, you're trying to pinpoint, and the first thing that you usually get questioned with is, what do you like? And I always say the same thing. This isn't about what I like. I'm trying to build a customer for life. I want to see if I can whittle down what you like, and then you trust that I'm giving you something that you will enjoy, which means you will come back again and get another one from me because you trust me and our team enough to come back and get another one. So you might get those Instagrammers that are just puffing on it to take a picture, but they might come back a year later and now they're smoking a Corona, and then they're smoking a Gordito, they're smoking that kind of stuff. And if they stray to traditional or not, I think that I see a big wave of more people smoking the sweetened or the aromatic cigars, which I always say in the humidor, they're like, well, I'm smoking a sweet cigar. And I'm like, who gives a shit?
Smoke what you like.
Yeah, you're perpetuating the community of cigar smokers. We're not here to sit here and begrudge you because you liked flavored or you don't. It's to grow the family.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. In any industry, cigars, beer, wine, whiskey, any type of lifestyle, motorcycles for that matter, there are going to be your purists and your diehards that are like, I'm only going to smoke a real traditional Cuban Cohiba, and you get those guys every now and then. I'm only smoke VSGs. Why don't you have any Opus? You get those guys, but for every one of those, you've got 25 that are open to try something new.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think having that option available, especially like you said, the cigar industry is changing, and maybe there's a lot of people that do mix up their smoke. Like I smoke traditional most of the time, but there's a time and place where it really tastes good. I was in the Dominican Republic and somebody handed me a cherry cigar, and I was like, this is a great fucking cigar because I'm in the place, I'm in the time, I'm just there to relax, yada yada yada. But there's a time and place, and if you like, no shame in the game. Whatever you like, you smoke. Yeah. I'm not going to put you down for that.
No. It is. You should smoke whatever you like. I mean, it's. I like to. I mean, I know that when I started the flavors, and nobody was making a flavored cigar when I started. I started my first vanilla, and it's been. Well, since we're still in business, it's been great. And to see the way people enjoy and the compliments, it's just makes me want to keep on going and do what I love, which is manufacturing and sales.
Right. And it's kind of one of those things, like, you do it because you know you like this flavor. You can't do it because you think somebody might like it.
Right.
If you like it, then you can put it out there and have complete confidence in, I enjoy this. I hope you do as well. If you don't, it's whatever, but I hope that you do.
Yeah.
And we've had a number of other manufacturers on in both the aromatic, sweet, and traditional spaces where Christian Arroyo was one of them. And John Huber was the other one. And it was just like, well, tell me about one of your misses. And there's one, Pi Synthesia. Is that how you say it?
Well, it's close.
Close enough. Yeah. And I was like, I really like that cigar. And he's like, good, you're about the only one, because I've got about 400 boxes of that. I can't move. Every now and then you think that, hey, this is going to be a great stick, or it's going to reach a wide audience. And there's only like 5 or 6 out there that really enjoy it. And then just keep trying.
Rosie, what about the future of the sweetened cigar industry?
I don't think it's going anywhere. I know that flavored cigars are going to be around for forever.
You have no fear that the federal government will step in? Okay.
No, I have no fear. The federal government already made certain changes, and everything that we use are natural. The company we buy our flavors from were actually visited by the FDA, and they're all approved flavors. So I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that flavors are here to stay. And
these are approved flavors that are already in foods
Yes.
and everything else.
Yes.
And so you're like, how can you make an argument for an exemption for this one thing? Huh?
they're approved for ice cream and for foods.
Sure.
So the argument would be, if they're okay for a food item, why would they not be okay for a cigar?
Sure.
So I don't think that the flavored ban is statewide is going to happen. What I think is, now, will it happen state? Will there be a state like California?
Yes, and that was my next question. What do you do with California? Can you sell to the state at all?
No.
An individual shop would have to purchase it wholesale and do it that way.
They would have to, in the state of California, you have to buy a wholesale cigar that costs $20.
Jeez.
That means you have to retail it at, what, $50?
Crazy.
Who's going to pay $50 for a flavored cigar?
Yeah.
So now if another state comes in and says, banning flavors, that's another thing.
Sure.
But, statewide, I don't think it is.
And you don't buy that, the way California goes, all the other states will adopt certain policies.
So. I think that whoever follows California is making a big mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because they're, let's honestly, they've got to be, their revenues have got to hurt.
Revenues, yep.
Because it's not only a premium cigar.
Yeah.
Everything that's the mass market industry
Yep.
is
The argument to protect kids falls apart in the premium cigar industry, right?
right.
Well, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I think
I'm
it
sorry.
is. It is.
I don't see any fucking 13-year-olds walking down the road being like, "Oh man, I need to go get my next Lola." What the
Especially not
fuck
at
are you
50
talking
bucks.
about? Yeah.
I don't think so either. I don't think that we attract the 13-year-old
Yeah, right.
or an 18-year-old that comes in and says, "I want to smoke a Lola." No, it's that's something that happened politically. And is it a great idea from them? Definitely not, because they, as a state,
Yeah.
you make a lot of revenue from. And it's not only premium. How about everything else that's not premium,
Yeah.
that's made in flavors?
Sure.
I guess I would be worried a little bit just because everyone's state educated and they've been indoctrinated with this whole idea of the entire tobacco industry is exactly the same and it's harmful. We were just in Yellowstone, and I didn't read the sign, to be honest, until I got off of. We were seeing the geysers and they have the walkways, and so it says no smoking. But I had my pipe lit up. I was puffing away. Lady comes up behind me, makes a big deal, and has to lodge the fact of, well, I have asthma. I have to get in front of you, and I'm like, we're viewing geysers. The center of the earth is spewing,
There's
horrible
sulfur
toxic
everywhere.
materials. My pipe is the least of your worries right now. But there's people like that have been educated since the 70s and that whole anti-tobacco thing. But I think, I guess my hope is with you that sane minds will prevail. There's bigger fish to fry.
A lot.
There's a million things that you should be worried about rather than premium cigars.
Exactly. I do believe that that's the fact now. Will it's being left alone? It is. They've got a lot of other issues that they got to be worrying about, and that side of it.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm not worried.
Sure. Plus, you've got 49 other states. Even if you lose a couple, you've got
That's
big
right.
big swaths of America that are big fans.
Yeah.
Would your company qualify for? Most of your blends, would they predate any sort of right? There's that clause that
I have them already.
Okay.
Nothing.
You've been blending these recipes for a while.
for a while.
Okay.
So it falls under what the FDA wanted, that it had to be out in the market on sale
Yes.
by 2014.
Okay.
And my lines were.
Awesome.
Very good. I'd like to go back and we talked a little bit in the shop, the undisclosed location, about your history, and you said that you are not from the United States. Tell us a little bit about how you came here and a little bit about your beginnings in the tobacco industry.
I was born in Cuba and came to the States in 1967, and first Chicago, and then we moved to Miami.
It's quite a difference there.
Yeah, my parents couldn't take the cold.
Understandable.
They're
Yeah.
like, we can do this. No,
so-
we can't do it.
So we moved to Miami, and my family, when they were in Cuba, they were a little bit into the tobacco. But what started my career in the tobacco industry was one of my relatives had a store in Miami Beach, a cigar store, and one of the rollers that we had there was a family member. Was a great roller and a master blender in Cuba, and he came to the States, and one night he used to come out in a cigar aficionado called Don Rene. So 1996, 97, 98, I think anybody could sell a cigar. And it was some good years. And then we only had that cigar that was non-flavored. And then my idea was the woman to smoke a cigar and come out with something sweet. So I entered that not knowing or coming from a family of tobacco rollers.
Sure.
It started with him and then went to the Dominican and learned about the difference of tobacco. And one gentleman that I love very much that taught me a lot about the blends was Ernesto Pérez Carrillo. He showed me about the wrappers, how to make a Maduro wrapper, and I learned a lot from him. And then when that's it, and I'm still here, and
The rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history.
And it's a family business for you as well. You have she's a little bit camera shy, but you have Allison is here with us. She is with Gurkha Cigars in the Humidor for a Dead Weird weekend. Do you have other family members that followed in your footsteps in tobacco?
No, that's it. Just Allison, that's with Gurkha, and she is just very camera shy. So she's, and that was it. I mean, her, and hopefully that she's great salesperson, and she's the only one following actually in my footsteps.
How did that happen? How did your daughter catch what you got?
She was working with me in the beginning as a part-time, and then
In the manufacturing process?
no, in the office.
Okay, yeah.
Run, in the office on the phone, making calls.
Yep.
And then there was a few changes that I did in the operation, and I got her. Kaiser and I from Gurkha are good friends, and I talked to him about her, and he gave her a job, and she's been there 16 years.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So she loves, they're good people to work for, and it's a family.
I mean, she doesn't look very old. How old was she when she started?
She's in her 30s. She started when she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
When
And the Kaiser calls her the assassin because she's very good in sales.
Very nice.
She's a killer.
When you were first getting started in there, it just seems like you've got an elegance, you've got a drive about you. How did you make that jump to be like, all right, I think that I can go make this flavored cigar, and I'm going to make fucking something of this. What was the drive behind that? Because it seems like, obviously you're very comfortable talking about it now. It's great, but there's always that inception point where you start things and you're like, all right, this could be a big risk. It's just like creating a new flavor before you go out. How did you, what was the mindset back then to be like, I'm going to go do this because I believe in this. I'm going to go research the tobaccos. I'm going to go, talk to a bunch of people. I'm going to get myself as educated as possible. And then I'm going to continue on this path.
I like to create, and I've always been in sales.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the tobacco industry, but before that, I was always a salesperson. And you can't be afraid of wanting something that you know it's going to do well. You got to go for it.
Right.
And if it doesn't, well, at least you took the experience that it might not go well. But I had just a vision, and I said, I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to make this happen. And it was a great decision.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
We that first show that we did in the RTDA, we sold so many cigars. A lot of people were for it and some weren't, but the ones that were for it, we still have the same old customers.
That's awesome.
Doing business with the same people. So I wasn't afraid of taking the risk.
Right.
I'm not afraid now
Right.
of taking any challenges or risks, because if you don't take the risk, you don't know if you're going to make it.
Absolutely. And we were talking about the other day, me and Ethan kind of went through this little philosophical thing. In your past, what was the best advice that you got? Just an off-key advice. Doesn't have to be from anybody in the cigar industry, but I had a guy one time, I was going through a rough time, and he looked at me and he said, you know what, Pierce, don't sweat the small things, and everything's a small thing. At the end of the day, everything's a small thing. You're going to get through it. So is there any inspirational people from back then when you were starting out that kind of helped you jump along that
Just-
path?
One person told me, always stay honest
Mhm.
and do the right thing and respect, and you'll go a lot of places.
I mean, the cigar industry as a whole is so crazy. Not crazy, but it's so deep in family, and not just like I'm related to this person, but your relationship to your tobacco growers, your relationship
If you
to
mess
your
up,
sellers, to your
If you mess up, you're going to be found out.
right.
You might have an immediate short-term gain, but it's the long term. It's the long game.
I didn't have anything handed to me.
Right.
Everything that I have today, I've worked for. I mean, my knowledge in the industry doesn't come from an uncle or a father or a grandfather. It was just, I'm not inheriting a company from someone. It was just pure that, hey, I did and always make a good product. I did a good product and kept the same, try to keep the same blends.
Mhm.
And that's it. So I can't say, well, my father owned it and I took it over.
Oh, no.
Sure.
No, I'm not going for that. I'm just saying like you started, but 27 years, there's people that jump in and out of this industry in 3 years and they're gone.
I know.
You've made it 27 years. That's relationships. That's building, with your honesty and your product. That's building a whole community of self.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Bill and I last night were talking and he said, there's a bunch of these people that are not in business anymore.
Mhm.
You remember? And I said, I do. They're not around. They came into it for maybe fast money. I don't know. And they could not stay with it when the times get hard. It's not always great, but there's always that, that tomorrow that it will be better.
Yeah. Well, and there's been 3 different like cigar booms since you've been in business.
Right.
Because there was the late 90s where everybody was, it was the thing. Yeah, it was the thing. Everybody was on a cover of a magazine or at a sporting event or whatever. In the movies, they were really pushing cigars. And it feels like we're on that third wave of that right now, which is tremendous.
We are.
Watching a movie and you'll see 8 people in the background smoking cigars and you're like, well, thank God we're being represented some way. But yeah, the wave of acceptance of what we do for our pastime, it's kind of
Which
a
is
beautiful thing.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is wonderful. You sit with friends, that we see each other and we can smoke a nice cigar and talk, and we can talk about everything. I think it's great. I mean, I wouldn't want to see, I don't think I could be in any other industry that I enjoy as much as this one.
Yeah.
And, it's the relationship. You guys at Deadwood are why we are here today. And those manufacturers you have in that humidor are the reason why we're here today. It's because of your knowledges. You guys have a lot of knowledge. And like they ask you, what's your favorite cigar? Well, it's you don't want to know what my favorite cigar is because maybe you like spicy and strong. And I can't smoke that being my first or second cigar. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure. I always say you can get there later if you want to, but you do not want to start off with the cigars that I like. They're super heavy, leathery, tobacco, a lot of pepper to them, and you're talking to me about a chocolate cigar. Let's stick with a chocolate cigar. Or you're talking to me about flavored. Let's stick with a flavored. And then if you want to venture out, I'll be happy to give you a little bit of a recommendation.
Right.
And if you don't like it, you still got your baby right there. Yeah. So
I just want to say, Rosie, thank you for your support of brick and mortar. Thank you for, it's easy to do a big box. It's easy to make big sales, but I think you have enough business sense to know that real long-term business is done eye to eye, face to face. And so thanks for supporting the local tobacconist. I mean, when we reached out to you, it was our first podcast during COVID, and you were so gracious with your time. So just thank you for that side of, being willing to stand with the people who are dealing with customers every day.
No,
So,
I mean,
thank you.
I appreciate you guys, the loyalty where, I based this all about family, and that's what we built. We've built with you guys a relationship,
Mhm.
and just with Bill, I mean, it's been great, and we should always support each other.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like we say, every cigar in that humidor might not be the right one, but there's always someone that comes back, and you guys are a town that gets visited by many people.
Mm-hmm. 3.5 million last year. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane when you actually look
I mean,
at the numbers.
I mean,
Deadwood Tobacco is a great. I mean, it's great to say I sell my cigars in Deadwood Tobacco.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like
We're
to
kind of a big deal.
I think you guys are.
exactly.
Just a town of 1,200
I
people.
agree.
Yeah, we're big. Just ask us. We'll let you know.
Yeah, we're real good at patting ourselves on the back.
So you had referenced the Lola a couple of times, that we do really well with that cigar here. Is there any story behind either the name of that or the image on the ring, or anything specific about the Lola when you created it that you came up with?
The ring was there's a Cuban artist that passed away that lived in Miami, that was a very famous in the culture for Latin people, being Miami, New York, and Spain. And he was great painting women of color,
Okay.
which we call mulatas. And one of his painting had a woman like that, like Lola. And I said, she's beautiful. And I wanted to put that cigar ring on that cigar. And I thought it would be perfect for what I was doing. And that's how she came to, I guess, to reality.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
And it's because of the artist and the picture.
Oh, very nice. Because we get a lot of questions about that, because people often say, is she some sort of a royalty or a princess or a native person or something like that? And
She's a native Cuban woman that he would paint a lot. And he became famous with ladies of color. That's a lot of his artwork. And that was one piece that I had that I said, I want to put this in the ring one day. I said, it's there. And it just came out with the right opportunity. I wanted an aromatic cigar, nothing that had the flavored infused.
Sure.
I'm infusing now. The classic line is not, but everything else that's being made is all infused.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of a double tribute. I mean, from your place of origin and the artist being from that place. And it's just, I don't know. I always love when people kind of pay tribute to where they came from. This is a little bit of me and a little bit of my culture and a little bit of this. Enjoy. I feel like a lot of the artwork gets washed away because you empty the box, it goes and sits on the shelf, and it either gets thrown away or it gets made into something that you put receipts in at the end of the day or whatever. But I always love to hear the stories of the art, because it just feels like that gives so much more personality to the cigar, and not just leaving it as just, anybody could just do an unbanded cigar and say smoke it.
Yeah.
But when you put that story along to it, it just kind of rolls it out a little bit better.
And it's nice to hear that as well, because for example, Nick Melillo at Foundation, he has a lot of thought into the images that he has on his cigars, a lot with Ethiopian culture, Nicaraguan culture, things like that, and others that I've seen in various shops around the country. It's just a pretty design.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear that there's a little bit more meaning involved in the Lola cigar than, I thought it was cool to put an axe on here or something like that. I hope nobody has an axe on their band, and I'm gonna get in trouble.
Shots fired.
If not, you didn't hear it from me.
No, I have no idea.
And that is all. Eye Candy Randy. You can write any.
Yes, exactly. So another question that we ask a lot of the guests we have on here. So outside of your line, outside of Kojimar, and we're going to go ahead and exclude the line that Allison represents as well. So outside of the Gurkha line, when you're out and about, generally speaking, you're at a cigar lounge somewhere around the country, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to smoke
A Padron.
this. Okay. There you go. You and Wild Bill.
I'm a Padron smoker.
A particular one or just across the whole palette?
love Padron. The anniversary is my favorite, and whichever of the anniversary.
Sure.
That's the cigar I enjoy.
Very good. Yep.
I have not met a Padron that I did not like. I haven't smoked the 95 black or whatever that one was.
Oh yeah, the PB95.
Yeah, I have not smoked
or
that
97.
One, but
Yeah.
otherwise-
I smoked a 97,
Yeah.
and it's just there's not a cigar of them that I don't like.
Yeah,
They-
I have not met one that I was like, ah,
Yeah.
nope,
No.
nope. It's usually down to the nub and
Yes.
maybe grab another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, we thank you for coming on again today. I love talking and hearing the stories from every little aspect that you have going on here. We really appreciate you taking the time to come down and chat with us. Hopefully, the viewers out there can get a little bit more information and learn a little bit more about what goes into the actual cigar making. We try to talk about it, but we're by no means experts, so it's nice to have somebody that actually is boots on the ground, knows what they're talking about. We truly appreciate your time.
And I truly appreciate this invitation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sitting here and chatting with you guys, it's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now after this, you're going to get to see the real us, and you're going to be like, I changed my mind about those guys.
Yeah, we don't. Despite what Wild Bill might tell you, make sure you swing into Deadwood Tobacco Company, 715 Main Street. Live music every Friday and Saturday, 8 until midnight. The entire calendar is up at all of our socials. It's at Deadwood Tobacco anywhere. And for Code Jamar Cigars, it's Casa Perez, correct?
Right.
On Instagram.
Yes.
And make sure you search the web as well for Code. That's COJIMAR, Code Jamar Cigars. You can find out a little bit more info right there, or come on in the humidor and visit with one of us, and we'll help you out.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time around the block. Remember to like, share, comment, smash that subscribe button, and peace out, fuckers.
Bye, everyone.